Greetings and welcome back to yet another episode of Slay the Spire, and today we're going to be playing as the Silent, again with 3 negative modifiers. That's kinda crazy, isn't it? Or should I say, insane, because that's our first modifier. We start with a random deck of 50 cards, our card rewards only contain 2 cards, and every time we rest at the rest site we heal for 100% of our HP, but it costs us 5 max HP to do so. Now, the goal for this one is probably to avoid rest sites unless they're absolutely necessary, so I would like paths where I can choose to take one if I really need it, but otherwise I would probably just like to stay away and just kind of rely on blocks and such things. But that of course depends on just how well our deck is, just how balanced it is, but I assume that there will be enough block for us to at least survive until the second floor without taking too much damage. Hopefully that prophecy is true, so let's just embark on the journey, and I forgot to say let's just slay the spire. Well, let's just slay the spire. That's what we're gonna do. So this path seems kind of silly, you know, because we have to go through this campfire, there's no other way around it. This one also makes us hit this. I do want to hit a shop. I think shops are just generally a good thing. But the thing is, if we go in this path, we can take 2 elites down. I think this path just seems like it makes the most sense. Or maybe just go to the right one and only fight no elites. We do want to fight elites. Elites are pretty important. Wow, this is a toughie, man. No matter which path we take with an elite, they always have at least 2 campfires, sometimes 3. So that seems ridiculous. I don't want to reduce my max HP to 60, except if we go to a shop and maybe buy a relic for max HP. You know what, let's bank on that, I suppose. I want the points, man. I want the frigging points. So how do we minimize the amount of campfires we have to go to? There's 1, there's 2. Can I justify that? The problem is there's 1 guaranteed campfire at the end, right? So there's no way around that. But if I go here and here, I wish there was a way for us to hit the shop and an elite, but that's just not possible. Maybe I want to hit this particular shop. And I can just go like this, and just, okay. I'll try this path and just see how it works out. If we die, we die, you know, what can you do about it? I've spent 2 minutes deciding on a path, that's how difficult this was. But admittedly, that might be my fault. Deal 1 damage with every take damage, increases cards caused by, well, that's just good, isn't it? Just destroy 1. And that was pretty much everything we could have done this turn. Which is fine, it's the first fight, you know, let's not make it too complicated. At least I know what the Silent does as a class, so I don't have to wonder what certain cards do like I have to with... I'll honestly just add a poison step. I'm glad to have it. So I don't have to wonder like I do with the Defect. That's a lot of cards, and I can't play most of them. That's kinda silly. Melees, maybe a Defend and a Melees. A Crippling Cloud should weaken him until 7, and that doesn't seem too nice to me. So I guess I'll defend in the melees and just, you know, take 1 damage. Unfortunate, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. A Masterful Stab is fine. A Masterful Stab seems like a good card if you have some block in your deck. I've never considered it. I've never actually seen it before, I think. Maybe it got reworked in one of the patches. It's fine. I'm not too concerned. Sneaky Strike does not seem like a good... I think a Calculated Gamble should work pretty well in a deck like this, because we have a random deck. We just... basically want. I think I'll hit the question mark and go up there. Obtain Golden Eyeball, yeah. This seems fine to me. Since we know we're resting at certain points... Oh, wait a second. I don't have to rest at rest sites. I can upgrade. Okay, never mind. Everything I was worried about before, just take it back. I'm an idiot. 1 curse in a deck of 50 cards does not seem too bad. Yeah, so I was like, oh, how am I gonna go through the rest sites? Because I know as soon as I get there, I'm gonna take damage. But then, of course, and I realized I don't actually have to rest at rest sites. I can just simply upgrade. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I might have done that in somewhat of a wrong order, but that's fine. He's dead next turn. If I don't get 1 damage here, I will be very surprised. With it. Distraction, add a random skill, I mean, a setup might work, might not. I can't overthink it. You know what, just skip it. We can't really bank on synergies, just in general. Honestly, yeah, I'll add it to my deck. I know I can't remove curses because of insanity. No, I can. Wait, I thought one of the curses made it impossible for you to remove... I mean, one of the perks made it impossible. Also, I guess we're gonna do that in the shop as well. Like I said, with 50 cards, it's not that big of a deal. This is enough to block. And I suppose we're just gonna go for a dagger throw. Deals 9 damage. That's pretty decent. Now, I wish we had something like a Storm of Steel for the next turn. But we'll see how that works out. The question is, can I deal 23 damage to him while blocking for enough? And with a deck like, I mean with a hand like this one, it's just seemingly unlikely. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, Doppelganger, not gonna do much for us here. We're gonna weaken them, which is nice, but we have 0 block this turn. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, I would say. They are weakened though, so that's nice, at least. This is looking very unfortunate. I know this guy's gonna attack next turn, so I want to keep him weakened. And I suppose I'll just do this and take no damage. I don't want to take too much damage. I think resting once per floor should be okay, but more than that just seems detrimental to our success. Apply 6 poison, deal damage equal to its... Wait a second. Are they all just dead? Yeah. That's actually so good, the specimen. Oh, that's nice. So whenever an enemy dies of poison, it gets that poison gets transferred to another one. So that should be quite useful. Let's add another calculated gamble to our deck. Sure, this wasn't the perfect lead, but that's fine as well. I don't think we have to worry about that too much. Again, you give me 0 blocks. I mean, I guess a dodge and roll is a block. Let's just start with the ones that are free, so we don't have to worry about what we're doing. And we can just maybe decide whether we want to kill him now or not. This is 21 damage. This is... Now he's dead, right? Not yet, but it's close. Especially if I decide... See, oh, there we go. I thought I might just use an explosive potion, but that's fine. Drawing into it seems equally as good. Blur is just, I think, a good card. I'll Smith upgrade something that seems good to me. What seems good to me is the question. Something that might become free, for example, or maybe a doppelganger, because at least then you can do something with it, even if you have 0 energy. That seems like a solid choice. Pocket Watch. Whenever you play 3 or less cards in a turn, draw 3 additional cards at the start. That makes sense. I like that. So we go here and then we go to the shop. That's the plan. Good plan. I like a malaise here. Just malaise the hell out of him and neutralize him. And just wait for a better turn. Or not a better turn. Now he's weakened, now he has no strength. Now we can just basically do damage to him. A master... Should I just go on this turn? I think I should. The doubt is a little bit annoying for sure, but we can survive that. Should I just do this and apply some poison to him? I think that's fine. And just a doppelganger. Just to get 1 additional card, and all of this seems very fine to me. And then you draw this and you have 0 blocks, and that's just disappointing. Maybe a distraction can do something for us? Of course it can. Look, I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying that the game is not really doing us any justice. A Predator and a Doppelganger, sure. So annoying, man. I bet we have like 17 blocks in our deck, we just drew none on that particular turn. Or even if we got something like a calculated gamble, that would be fine. We need more blocks in this deck for sure, now that I'm looking at it. So the question is, can I somehow kill this guy? I can do my friggin' best. That's 13, I think he's for sure dead with a Storm of Steel. I'm not even gonna do the math. And if he's not dead, I'm just gonna put an explosive potion on him, which was my plan B. And it worked out, so there we go. Bronze Scales, Poison Potion, all of this seems fine. Acrobatics, sure. It doesn't give us block per se, but it does allow us to draw a little bit more cards. And because of that, I do like it. Because of course, the more cards you draw, the more chances you have of actually drawing into a block, which is what we need. Sure, we're probably gonna heal at the end anyway. Well, that was not worth it. That was worth it. Much more worth it. I was afraid it was going to be combat there and I would just, you know, end up dying. That's fine. If we have no cards, draw 2 cards. Footwork. Footwork is just good, right? I think there's no way around it. And we're going to remove one of the curses because it's annoying. Get away. I doubt you. Doubt. And a bottle flame. So we start with a bottle flame. Wait a second. I can actually take this and not heal. This seems really good for us. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Who needs healing anyway, right? It's this guy. This guy scales with how much HP you have, at least his big attack does, so I'm not too concerned. This was one of the first things I've learned when I uploaded the first video. Someone commented that this guy actually, his big attack deals damage proportional to how much HP you have, so I'm not too concerned. Should I just exhaust this? I think that's a good idea. I hope that didn't destroy our perfect, but I guess that's something we're gonna find out. I think the last time I concluded that cards that deal damage to us is not the same as if the enemy deals damage to us. If there was a blur in our hand and just kind of missed, and I somehow missed it, I'm gonna be really sad. So what you're saying is that I again have no block to sustain the damage he's dealing to us. Well, that's just great, isn't it, huh? I suppose I'll keep stacking poison on him. I think there's no good reason not to. So honestly, just do this as well. Because we are gonna take some damage here. It's not gonna be too much damage. At least not enough to make me really worry. But it's just gonna be enough to ruin our perfect. And you know, that's already kinda disappointing. So we have enough block this turn. So we need more block, that's for sure. A footwork is great. This is great as well. I don't know what. That's fine. He's only doing 6, so that's cool. That's cool. I was like, wait, I can play another card, and then of course I realized I cannot play another card. Happens all the time. Man. A Predator seems fine here, but I have 0 blocks. Do I take the damage here? I don't think so. Just discard everything. Hope for something better. This is fine. A melee is... This is cool. A doppelganger. None of this deals damage. So wait a second. I'm not even sure at this point if I have more blocks than attacks in our deck. Because first I draw only attacks and now I draw only blocks. Come on, just decide what the hell you want to do with me. Cold chops, neutralize, quick slash, and just, I suppose, skewer the hell out of him. Well, Bane deals more damage, so we're gonna do a Bane. The Grand Finale actually worked out in this deck. I just can't draw first. That's ridiculous to me. That never happens. If this is discarded from our hand, draw 1 card, so I'm gonna discard that. Seems like a good option. Deal 15 damage. I have 0 block again. This is more than this is, so I'm just gonna do that. He's dead next turn, so that's fine. It just... It was a little bit unfortunate, I would say. Things could have gone better. Maybe I had better potions or whatever. Corpse Explosion, yeah, I mean, it's a fun card, but I don't want to bloat our deck too much. I mean, it's already bloated as is, but you can no longer smith. This seems like dangerous. I want to smith so I don't have to rest. And I think a curse key is completely fine because we have blue candle. Okay, so far so good. I feel like I'm making good choices. I'm just not playing well. Or at least maybe the draws aren't in our favor. There's one elite here and another one here, and I suppose we'll embark on this path and just hit the shop here. This seems completely fine to me. Do I want 2 question marks instead of 1? Yes, I'd like question marks. I mean, I know you get more points by not going to the question marks, but how can you not go to the question marks? I'm just feeling like question marks today. Don't judge me, okay? I think just poisoning him will be better than anything else, and of course a doppelganger just to get 1 additional card next turn. Seems fine. A blur? Sure. Just poison the hell out of him. And 15 damage seems completely fine to me. Again, it's not enough block to sustain his damage, but it should be good enough. 4 damage is not that big of a deal. Crippling Cloud is great. A neutralize is completely fine. A masterful stab is masterful, after all. A dash is... Wait a second. He's done it again. I would appreciate a defend. Well, I messed that one up, didn't I? Now, I'm only blocking here because I don't want to take any more damage than I absolutely have to. So that's my reasoning for popping that potion there. He might have died sooner. That's fine. A backflip is completely fine. I think a catalyst could have been potentially good as well. But honestly, whatever. Oh, this is completely fine. Reflex is such a bad card. Because even if I have to discard it, you know, I just get one additional card this turn. It just... What good is it? It seems fine, because then of course I can do this, draw an additional card next turn, and I also have 8 block going to the next turn, so I can just focus on offense. And of course when I say offense, I really mean I'm not gonna draw any offensive cards. Should I just do a doppelganger? Just draw 3 more cards next turn? I think that's better than... Because the calculated gamble is only gonna give me 2 cards, and the other one's gonna give me 3 cards, and 3 is more than 2. I think that math checks out. A quick slash, poison stab, completely fine. A bane, a riddle with holes. So that was just an offensively strong turn. I'm not sure how we beat enemies fast. Gain 1 frail, no. I'm not even gonna deal with this. Poison stab is fine, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna take a poison stab. I feel like poison is doing some work for us against enemies which have a lot of block, especially on this floor. This is just not gonna be good against this guy, neither is this, really. A leg sweep is always nice. We might just do a blur and a leg sweep, honestly, and maybe like a poison stab. That seems completely fine for me. And just get stabbed, son. Or maybe a blur, another blur. Another blur? Nah. Another blur is way too passive. I need to do some damage to him. Especially with poison. Just seems like a good idea. Acrobatics and just discard shame. Caltrop seems fine, he's gonna do damage to himself. And a masterful stab, and I think I'm a laze. It's completely justifiable here. Oh, he frailed us and weakened us. Why does a plant possess that ability, if I may ask? Because that does not seem that does not seem accurate to me. I'm not a herbologist, but I feel like plants are not supposed to do that. Just, you know, just take it easy. I'm not even sure if it's a plant. What the hell is this bulb on its head? I've never actually considered that. Huh. I'm being silly again. I am in one of those silly moods today, but I think that's also fine. So I just have no more block than this. I mean, that's fine, it's not too bad. The question is just, could I have potentially killed him? I think the answer to that is no. Maybe if I did that first and then damage him. That might have actually killed him. I did not do the math. My bad. Because the 2 damage might not have triggered his... Oh, that's fine, he killed himself anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Noxious Fumes, just, you know, just added on top of what we already have in this case. Masterful Stab is free, so that seems fine. A Crippling Cloud seems good as well. A dash to... I mean, a Concentrate. Let's keep it tight, let's just do it like this. A Masterful Stab, let's maybe try to kill the other one. Is that... I think that we can do that. Because now we do this, and we do this. It's not obviously ideal with how everything turned out, but you know, this guy's not dealing any damage to us, the other guy is dead, and it seems fine to me. Of course, now we're gonna take damage. Because this is just how this game works. We're gonna throw a reflex out, draw another card. I think there's no reason discarding injury, just take 20 damage in the face, because again we drew 0 blocks. Unfortunate, to say the least, but I think completely fine for now. Yeah, Endless Agonies, I'm just not a fan, to be honest. I hope I draw into a block, of course I don't. Why would I? So I guess our best option here is just melee's him. You know, get him to do damage from 12 is, I think, pretty good. It's essentially like 10 block, but he's also weakened on the next consecutive turns. He's just dead. That worked out. I'm not sure if it worked out well, but it worked out. This is not a fight I want to be having right now, to be honest. A corpse explosion seems very good, and especially in combination with something like a glass knife, a grand finale is just not gonna do anything for us in this situation. A dagger throw might be good for damage, this might be good for damage. A leg sweep just for some defense, but I might not even have the chance to use it. Honestly, just go full offense and try to capitalize on corpse explosion is my goal here, and I think that was absolutely the right choice. Will I be able to kill someone? I have no idea. But I'm gonna try. And you know, you can't blame a man for trying. Eviscerate would have been pretty good here, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I need 15 damage. I need 9 damage. I think I can do 9 damage. That's 9 damage here. And he's just dead and he will kill everyone. So corpse explosion very good against this boss, against this particular battle. The only thing I need right now is just another one. Sure, I guess. The only thing I need now is just to rest, and we have 3 fights coming up, which might be a little bit dangerous, but we're gonna do our freaking best, man. I mean, we always try to do our freaking best, but this time we're gonna try to do even better. I don't need... Honestly, I need blocks. I absolutely need blocks. None of this is blocks. I guess a survivor is a block, and that is actually enough. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. This is fine. I can sustain this. I might not sustain it for long, but for now it's fine. I did weaken him. Was weakening the right choice? I don't think it was. I mean, I guess it didn't really matter. A doppelganger is actually great. I mean, a blur and a dash. Why did I say doppelganger? It's the first card that I saw, I suppose that's why it came to mind. Okay. Just take it slowly, no need to rush it. The fact I'm frail is so annoying, man. It's so annoying. A heal hook, if I can do this, and then a heal hook. I just get a free card. The fact that they're not attacking is so good, man. I'm gonna do a poison stab, I'm gonna do distraction. Might be actually what saves us next turn, so that's fine. I will do a dodge and roll just to have some blocks next turn, and I will just shiv him twice. I don't have that much damage, yeah, so... Let's hope I draw into a lot of attacks, which can just straight up kill him. Because our damage is double this turn. You can't forget that. 12 and 36. Is that enough? It is enough. No, because I don't have enough energy. Yikes! Just do a dodge and roll. 17 block, and I guess it's all we can do. It's not too bad. We're taking some damage here, but it's not a lot. It's only 3. Obviously, any damage we take is too much damage at this point. Just get this guy over with. I'm not a fan of his. Eviscerate deals 30. I mean, deals only 18 damage now, of course. So I think this is just gonna be better in all regards. Yeah, okay. This deck is sustainable, like it's good enough to get through some of these annoying enemies, but it just does not have the consistency to really pull off anything more than that. You just need a lot of turns to do anything. I suppose that's fine, but maybe there was a way to build it somehow. Maybe one Mind Blast will save this deck. We'll see, I guess. The run is not over. That much is clear to me. The run is not over. Oh gosh. These guys, I'm not sure if they're gonna be a problem. Might be. I might take a skewer. I think an eviscerate is almost honestly, a blur, they're gonna be dealing damage. Okay, this seems fine to me. A Storm of Steel seems fine as well. Alright, I think I'm gonna start with a blur, just have some block for next turn, and then just go on one. Just destroy him. Do as much damage as I possibly can. The question is, this will definitely do more damage. So if I can kill one, I think I should be fine, like in the next turn. Which seems to be the case. Masterful Stab is 12 damage, this is 8, so this should be enough to destroy him. Distraction. Choose a card next turn, add 3 copies of that card into your hand. A Masterful Stab is not the worst card to have in our hand. Expertise. We have enough block to actually sustain a lot. I mean, we have sustain a lot to sustain whatever they're doing to us. The question is Masterful Step? No, this is fine. The question is Noxious Fumes going to be better than Sucker Punch? I think so, because we're going to be alive for 2 turns, that's going to deal 8 damage, Sucker Punch is only going to deal 7. Now, if it weakened for 3 turns, I think that might have been fine, but ultimately, I think this is what it is. He's dead. I hope you are dead as well. Maybe this is a Masterful Step deck. Right. I might have been able to eviscerate this guy and just kill him. So that's unfortunate. I have 1 more combat I have to get through. With 12 HP, it's looking like it's gonna be a tough one. I won't lie to you. The only thing I can hope, a Fire Potion should be good. It really should help. I hope I get something like a Mango here. A Dream Catcher, yeah, this is not... Okay. 1 fight, 12 HP. Okay, this one seems doable to me. Just remove everything that is absolutely unnecessary. This is completely unnecessary, this is completely unnecessary. They're doing damage to us, this guy's gonna probably kill himself, which is completely fine. Okay, so we land this bad boy. I think this is what we do. We're already blocking for enough, so we just try to do as much damage as we possibly can, or we do just malaise this guy. I think malaising him is gonna prove to be more fruitful on the long term. We're just making them weak this turn, and then we can destroy them. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense as what I'm saying, I'm just not sure if it makes sense as to what I'm trying to do. Can I afford to take 3 damage to apply some poison here? No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. He's dead this turn. He's gonna deal 29 damage to this guy, which is extremely good. Dodge and roll, is that gonna be enough? Probably not, but honestly, it's fine. I have a survivor. Endless Agony, Endless Agony. A survivor, and I guess we're gonna discard a reflex, get another card in our hand. Just a Sucker Punch. It's fine. He's gonna take a lot of damage here. Noxious Fumes, Poison Stab, Footwork, Dodge and Roll. Poison Stab and Noxious Fumes. I have not taken damage yet this fight, and he's dead. I also had the Fire Potion just as backup, but that's fine. He's dead. We did it, I think. We will absolutely rest on the next rest site. A Blade Dance, it's fine, I guess, whatever. But first, we have some shopping to do. Whenever you enter shop room, heal 7 HP. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be too helpful at this point. This is also not really gonna help us. Impatience. Well-laid plans. I like well-laid plans, but dodge and roll. Just take me the dodge and roll. I need more blocks in our deck, and I will remove the curse that gives us frail. This one is annoying, but we can just always discard it because we have gambling chips, so that's fine. Alright, just friggin' rest. And Dagger Spray? I'm not sure. I'm not sold on Dagger Spray. At this stage, at least. I don't need a Wraith, I don't need this, I don't need this. I suppose I'll keep the rest. This is 15 damage, and I can just basically kill him with a Blade Dance. And of course, by Blade Dance, I mean 2 shifts. Wait a second. How am I so bad? I thought I had 1 extra energy so I could actually play a dodge and roll. Oh my god. It's fine. I knew his damage was gonna get increased because I get vulnerable from the friggin' mushroom. That's fine. I just miscalculated my damage there. I think a Bouncing Flat is just gonna be the best here. Poison is so good against this guy, man. You don't really have to worry about him. Poison is just in general seems like one of those archetypes that's just solid, you know, just freaking works. I'm not sure if that's our archetype that we have going over here, but at least, you know, Poison is doing something, and I like it because of that. Noxious Fumes is fine, I guess. A Distraction, Random Skill, a Deadly Poison, perfect. It hurt me. I don't think I can even get through this block, yeah. Just play doppelganger. Playing backflip there and backflip and drawing into more cards which will inevitably do nothing just seems totally pointless to me. Honestly, yes. We need more of that. This guy, we can it's time to refight them, or at least rebattle them. It's time for a rematch. Before we tried to get you, but we had low HP. We still did it. Now we'll try, you know, to do a better job, I guess. Honestly, I guess this makes sense to me. Noxious Swims is fine. 2 backflips is excellent, especially because we can neutralize him. Then we can, of course, just do a Masterful Stab. A Weaken for next turn might make sense. Yeah, because we can play Doppelganger just to get 1 extra card. And an energy, of course. Crippling Cloud seems to make a lot of sense to me. And then we can just play a Calculated Gamble. Or maybe a Poison Stab, yeah. Poison Stab first for sure. I should have played Footwork, damn it. Ugh. It's not that big of a deal, but it is somewhat of a deal. I should have probably just threw a Fire Potion at him. It's 3 damage difference, right? A 3 damage difference can usually be the difference between succeeding and not succeeding. This poison is gonna get transferred to this guy, so he's just gonna take a lot of damage. Leg Sweep, Expertise, and that's fine. Nothing else I can really do here, and he's just dead. Now, I didn't see who the boss was, but I think the best option for us might be the boss which has minions. It's not as the champ, because of Specimen, right? He might be able to just destroy us with 1 shot, and I'm very, very afraid of that. I'm not really sure how to avoid that. I think I need something that will give me the most block possible. That's 3 extra block. Maybe just some melees. Just reduce as much of his damage as I possibly can. We're gonna do our freaking best though, but the champ has proven to be quite a foe in the past. if I can say so myself. A Blade Dance just is not gonna do much for us. I think this is better. We can just kinda bank on just, you know, poisoning him. He does purge his poison. I think I want to save a melees for when he purges his debuffs. Eviscerate is fine. A Distraction. Adrenaline is solid. A Poison Stab. A Dodge and Roll is fine. I don't need a Survivor, so I'll just do this, I suppose. Another Masterful Stab. Yeah, okay, this seems fine. I think I have 2 melees in my deck, right? That's 1 melees. I wish there was a search option. It's fine. If I get 2 Footworks, I might even be able to do something better than this. Weakening him, I think this is just better. Because 1 block is gonna guarantee, not guarantee, but pretty much make sure that we're not gonna take any damage, and a Crippling Cloud is so good. I love myself a Crippling Cloud. Poison is poison. I suppose I'll just stick to it. But I don't think there's a way for us not to take any damage unless I draw into a block, which I didn't, and that's unfortunate. Okay, so we're just trying to survive. Which is completely fine as well. Wait, how did I heal? Oh, because we have the Pantograph, of course. Decent. A Predator is solid, I think. It just deals damage. That's 14, that's 15, yeah, this makes sense to me. And a Quick Slash and a Doppelganger. Injury, you know what? We already took damage. For 1 damage, I will discard it. Come at me. This is what I've been doing this entire time. I know you haven't noticed because my attacks are very weak, but you know, I'm trying my freaking best here. I'm sorry because I'm not strong enough for the likes of you. Called Caltrops is also decent. No, I'm doing my freaking best, man. Can I afford to take 2 damage? I would rather not, honestly. My Platty play here is when he purges his debuffs, I hope to draw into the friggin' melees, which is obviously a huge stretch, but you know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I think he's purging now. A Doppelganger here. I think I want to play a Doppelganger just to increase my chances of drawing anything on next turn, and I think just this seems fine as well. A Bane just deals a lot of damage, and a doppelganger. Okay, so give me a malaise. This is all I'm hoping for. A malaise would be excellent. I don't see anything that even has an M in its name. A Storm of Steel, never mind. There's one M. There's one M. Poison Stab, I mean, I guess we just go at him. We have 0 blocks again, which is just, you know, my life in a nutshell. Maybe we can do something with expertise, but all of our cards are really expensive. This is an option? No, Sagony, yeah. It's gonna be 14 damage, and this is gonna be 16 damage. So I guess this is better, unless I also do this first. This is the best. Oh god, I'm taking so much damage. Oh, damn it. I felt that. Dodge and roll is an absolute necessity here, and just a calculated gamble. Just give me more freaking cards. Predator. We're taking 5 damage, but I think we're on the right path. 36 damage? This is not the right path. Wait, can I kill him? It's looking unlikely, but I think I do have enough block to sustain him. Wow, the first turn I actually blocked for enough and not actually take any damage. Is this real life? Is this just fantasy? Why is this game so freaking hard, man? I'll cut you up. I was like, I'll let Poison finish him up, but then I was like, no, I'm vengeful. I'll just freaking slit his throat. Give me an Envenom. You know what? I just want something as a reward at the end of this. This is not the worst card, to be honest. Gain energy and discard 2 cards at the start of each turn. It seems really bad, unless you have like things that allow you to draw more cards. But nah. Wristblade just seems okay. We have somewhat enough shifts in this deck to justify. We have 9 minutes to finish this floor. Again, I think it's unlikely that we're gonna do that. I see 2 elites here, I see 2 elites here. Elites on this floor can just mess you up. I know. And this deck is not good enough to really be able to sustain everything that this game can throw at us, but god damn it, we're gonna try. What's the point of giving up before you've even started? And Eviscerate is so good. Suddenly this deck is doing a lot of damage. I'm not sure how the hell we did like almost 100 damage in one turn with basically random cards, but honestly, I'll take it. I'll friggin' take it. Give me a Bouncing Flask. More poison is always good, especially against guys like this. I don't need this. Dodge and roll may be fine. This is totally useless though. A Blade Dance, yeah, this is good now because I have the Wrist Blade. Of course, we have the Assassin's Creed weapon. The Blur, okay, sure. And a Doppelganger, I mean, it's just a free card essentially at the end, so. Right, how do we approach this? I throw this out there. Right, I obviously didn't do the math because I can't play everything I have, but that's fine. I absolutely did not do the math here. I'm gonna take a lot of damage. Well, 4. Is that a lot? It depends on your perspective. From my perspective, it's not negligible. Tactician. I would like, I'm not sure. Some defense again? You know, that would be really nice. Fine, I'm taking 2 damage for freaking out. Wait, why didn't I take damage there? That guy absolutely exploded, didn't he? I saw him explode. Don't lie to me, gang. Guess someone complained. Will I really play a Doppelganger for 4? I mean, is there a better option? Why is he not doing damage when he explodes? It makes no sense. That's like his entire purpose in life. It's to explode when he dies. It's a pretty shitty. Don't get me wrong. It's a very shitty fortune, but that's what it is, you know. Will I really just discard this entire hand? Yes, because I want either blocks or poisons. Or weakens even. A dash seems fine. A poison, Wait a second. A crippling cloud is poison. This is also fine. Discard this, and now I can probably just go ham. Just poison him again. When I say go ham, I really mean deal 6 damage to him. Or maybe I mean cut him up, like the pig is. Star operation, that's fine. Alright, deflect. Yeah, sure. I feel like I have more energy than I know what to do with it, so it's a good idea to pick up those 0-cost cards. Duplicate. No, this seems not... Mind Blast! I just saw it. Yeah. Gimme. Dodge and roll seems pretty decent as well. Enemies in elite rooms have 25% less HP. Honestly, a preserved insect is also pretty good. I don't mind it, even if it's just one elite. I have the money to afford it, and no other thing really appeals to me at this point, so I'm just gonna friggin' buy it. Especially in a deck like this one, dealing a quarter of someone's HP outright is just really good. And this is gonna become free essentially, we're not really ever gonna use that. This might be fine. So let's just stick it like this. Crippling Cloud. And this deals 61 damage. Which means that this guy's just dead. And I'm completely fine with that I'm completely fine with that. That felt very satisfying, I won't lie to you. just whooping one guy out of existence is exactly what I live for. I suppose he's only doing 3 damage and he's not really attacking us this turn, which means we can just, you know, do our freaking best. I suppose the Sucker Punch is also fine. Well, whatever deals the most damage, which is a Quick Slash. Great. I could drop a Fire Potion on him, but I might save them for, like, an Elite, which is coming up. Just doing 40 damage outright seems really good, especially because they're already missing a quarter of their HP. A Terror... Sure. I'll take it. Another shop, huh? Anything nice in here? Accuracy is... doesn't... I only have one card that produces shivs in our deck, so I'm not too fond of it at this point. I need to upgrade fast, but what do I upgrade? Skewer plus... No. Reflex? I'm not... Yeah. I'm confused. Wait, this? 7 poison? Sure. I'm in a rush here. Is one enemy just dead outright? That's so good. I need this. I can straight up murder a fool, and I'm very happy about that. Deals 8 damage, and I'll just freaking destroy you. How nice of you to join us. I hope you enjoyed your stay in this friggin' destruction hotel. What are these enemies called? Oh, orb walkers. Makes sense. They have an orb they walk around. It's a name that makes as much sense as any other at this point. I respect them for that. I suppose this fight plays itself. I'm just overthinking. I'm just like, how do I avoid taking damage? This might be our first perfect of the friggin' night. Here we go. It is our first perfect of the night. That's really nice. Die. It's a nice card. I guess at this point I should just be adding cards to our deck. I didn't even notice if I went on the right path now that I think about it. I should have upgraded the Mind Blast, obviously. What the hell am I doing? I am absent-minded, okay? This is what's going on now. This is my excuse. It's not even an excuse, it's just a fact. So the witch is dead. I'm sorry, witch, but you're dead. I don't like how the other enemies disintegrate when she dies. It's like, no, my queen. Our queen, I suppose. She's a queen of many. 6 HP because I picked up a curse. Yeah, this makes sense. I don't think there's another shop. As soon as I say that, of course I had to look at the map, and there is another shop there. But I think this is fine because they're weakened on the first turn anyway. And that might be helpful against bosses, right? We need some time to set up our blocks. Maybe we don't. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just making this up. That's entirely possible as well. Honestly, you know, you should just never listen to me. I think that's just the best for all of us. For you, at least. A poison step seems fine. Now, I think a Mind Blast is not gonna do us a lot of favors here, because he's just gonna come back. There's no way we can kill both of these guys in the next turn, But, you know, essentially what we did is reduce his HP by 2 and took him out of commission for 1 turn. And I think that's fine as well. Is it the best we could have done? Obviously not. We can do better. A blur is excellent. You know, you took the wrong turning path in life when you play a calculated gamble and then it turns into another calculated gamble. It's just like, is there a thing as too much gambling at some point? You know, I think the answer to that is obviously yes. And I think we've hit that point, to be completely clear. If the enemy is weak, draw a card, a strike, a slice, a blade dance, he's dead. These bad boys are dealing a lot of damage and he's also poisoned. Yay! Enemies are dead. Don't you regrow on me, son. Cloak and Dagger is excellent. I wish I picked up something like an accuracy now. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter with 74 freaking cards in our deck, but... You know what we can do now, essentially, is just Mind Blast and Doppelganger, and that should be like a completely fine turn. In all aspects. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Because I don't think we have a lot of hope of actually killing him. We just don't have enough damage for it, but if we can just reduce his HP or damage or whatever. I mean, both things happen, right? So that seems fine. He's already weakened, there's no point in weakening him again. Sure, just poison the hell out of him. If he's poisoned for like 20 damage, he's essentially not doing a lot of damage at all. Right. Even in this case where it seemed like he was about to get dangerous, it really wasn't. I should have probably terrorized him first. That's what I do with my enemies, I terrorize them. Oh, he wasn't weakened. That's completely my bad. I don't like the sound effects he's making. It's like he's chained to something, but I don't see any chains. Where are this chain sounds coming from? Is this something that's innately built into his system? I'm not too worried about taking some damage here as well, because I have Pantograph, which means I'm gonna heal to full anyway. Wait a second, why did he explode on me? Was I just not able to do enough damage there? Well, that's unfortunate. Nemesis is dead. I will use all my 3 fire potions to kill him, if I have to. If I don't have to, then of course I won't. But if I have to, I will. Endless Agony, Mind Blast, and then just... I only need 2. Just fine. But I'm not even gonna go into the second turn, because as soon as you go into the second turn with this guy, bad things start happening. He becomes invulnerable, it's just a whole mess, man. Cloak and Dagger is still fine, I like it. Fits our deck quite well, I would say. So we heal for 25, which puts us at 50. And then what ends up happening is... But if we heal for fall, we're gonna get to 65, so that seems like a better option. I don't know why I took so much damage on that particular fight, but I guess that's fine. Is it a little bit unfortunate? Yes, obviously. But it is what it is. Donut and Deca. So a decahedron and a donut. Or a torus. Torus. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, there we go. Seems fine to me. They've blocked one of the debuffs, which is off to a great start, you know. Can we block for enough? I think we can with this and a dodge and roll. And then they'll just Mind Blast one. It just seems to be like a lot of damage. I'll do this because I get 1 energy for free essentially. Footwork is great. And this as well, I'm just doing damage, and I was actually able to block for enough to not take anything, so there is still a chance for us to perfect this. I'm not sure which one of these you're supposed to go on first, but you know, I'm just doing what I can. I'm just doing my freaking best here. This was unfortunate, wasn't it? Okay, so apparently this is not gonna be a perfect, and I'm gonna do my freaking best. I guess what I should have done is play the card that gives you a random skill. Should have played the Terra first, for sure. No question about that one. He's weakened, so I'm not too worried about that. I think one Bouncy Flask is fine. Well, that was what I would consider an unlikely outcome. We're blocking for enough, so I'm just gonna play a Doppelganger. Have a little bit more energy next turn. They will keep buffing, and they will keep just getting stronger. And I'm very worried about that. Very worried about that. Because he's dealing a lot of damage right now. I'm not too fond of that. But what I will do is this and this. Wait, did he purge his poison? I'm slightly confused by this. The fact that you're still doing so much freaking damage to me is slightly disconcerting. But that's... I think we can survive this. Considering that this guy's gonna be the one who dies first, supposedly. Maybe we should just melee this guy, but then again, we don't really want to take any damage from this guy at all, so... Maybe just melee him now. Maybe poison stab him first. I'm not sure. But, you know, I'm just doing what feels right. At some point in life, you have to admit that that's maybe the best you can do as a person. And that's what I'm trying to do. Just doing what I think is right. A dash, and a shift, and a shift. Yeah, this is not doing us any favors. So when he dies, at least 8 of his poison is gonna get transferred to this guy, which should be a huge help. Obviously, I'm being a little bit sarcastic. Now 13 poison. And you know what? Any poison that gets transferred over is enough in my book. So I'm not gonna look a gifted horse in the mouth or whatever that old saying, adages or whatever. I would appreciate some friggin' block though. No, some block would be really friggin' nice. I guess I will use acrobatics, which is exactly why I picked it up, so I can hopefully roll into some friggin' block. And when I say roll, I don't mean a dodge and roll, but you know, if the game wants to be super obvious about that, I guess we're gonna take it. Now we didn't have enough energy to really sustain that, but you know, it's looking like we're about to survive. Not in the most elegant manner possible, admittedly, yes. But you know what they say? If you survive, surviving is surviving. That's basically it. There's no, you know, if you survive, nobody's gonna ask you how you survived. It's more about if you die, they're gonna ask you how you died. You know, if you made it to the end, you're either a hero, or you know, you're just a hero if you survive. So we survived, and I think I'm a hero because I survived. We will not have a good score. I managed to only perfect one elite out of the bunch. I'm not sure if it would actually be possible to perfect them more, except maybe if we had better draws or whatever, but let's just check, you know, what the scores are. You know my score? This is actually not terrible. I thought it was gonna be worse. I did say I want to get into like the top 500s with the decks I'm playing, and this is not too far off. This is actually, I think, a better ranking than the older one at about the same time. I do play this later in the day, so my scores might seem worse than if you played them earlier in the day, which is just, you know, it makes sense because more people play it, the more people actually have a chance to rank better than you. But yeah, 600 plays is not the worst. It's not the worst. It's definitely not the worst. It's not the best, obviously, but obviously we can't compete with like the top 50 spots. I wouldn't say all of them are cheated, but I do suspect a lot of them are. So if you kind of go against those and just weed out the cheaters, I think we did rank up in the like top 500s, and I think that's a pretty damn good score if I can say so myself. So with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I hope to see you next time.